Excelența voastră, domnule președinte al României, Excelența voastră, domnule ambasador al Statelor Unite ale Americii, stimate domnule ministru al Culturii, Excelențele voastre, domnilor ambasadori, distinși invitați, dragi colegi. Este o mare onoare să vă avem astăzi la Muzeul Național de Istoria României pentru a deschide expoziția SUA-România, Istorie, diplomație și drumul spre democrație. Această expoziție este, dacă vreți, cadoul nostru pentru aniversarea a 250 de ani de la proclamarea independenței Statelor Unite. Acum un sfert de mileniu, la Philadelphia, părinții fondatori ai Statelor Unite și-au pus semnăturile pe un document care avea să definească nu numai istoria americană, ci să aibă un impact extraordinar asupra destinului întregii lumi. Totodată, această expoziție vine să ne amintească despre fascinanta istorie comună a României și Statelor Unite, o relație complexă, uneori complicată, dar pe care istoria a știut să o așeze pe calea corectă și să o aducă în punctul fericit în care se află astăzi. Vreau să mulțumesc în numele meu și al Muzeului Național de Istoria României, domnului președinte Nicușor Dan, pentru acordarea înaltului patronaj prezidențial pentru această expoziție și să-l invit să ne spună câteva cuvinte.
Domnule ministru, domnule director, domnule ambasador, doamnelor și domnilor, e o bucurie și o onoare pentru mine să fiu la deschiderea acestei expoziții. Este o expoziție despre 250 de ani de istorie americană și despre aproape 150 de ani de relații bilaterale. Mulțumim celor care au contribuit să lucrez cu arhive. Uneori e complicat. Deci, Muzeului Național de Istorie, arhivele diplomatice ale Ministerului de Externe, arhivele naționale ale României și toate celelalte instituții care au participat la conținutul acestei expoziții. E bine ca să ai viitor să te uiți în trecut, să vezi care sunt pilonii pe care istoria ta în care s-a ancorat. Înțeleg că sunt foarte curios să vedem expoziția, înțeleg că avem exponate foarte valoroase față de toată această istorie comună, de exemplu, scrisoarea din 20 noiembrie 1880, prin care președintele american confirma princepului Carol recunoașterea independenței României, moment important în istoria noastră. România și Statele Unite, cum s-a spus, au o istorie comună, nu liniară, dar aproape liniară, dacă ne uităm la acțiuni și, sigur, convergentă în ceea ce privește valorile. Și în trecut și mai ales acum. În epoca contemporană avem un parteneriat strategic, vă aduc aminte, iulie 1997, odată cu vizita președintelui Clinton la București. În momentul de față, parteneriatul nostru este mai solid ca niciodată, atât bilateral cât și în participarea noastră în formate multilaterale. Ultimul exemplu la summitul NATO de la Ankara, în care am reafirmat acele valori și principii în care credem, o ordine internațională bazată pe reguli, o alianță NATO care este defensivă și determinată să apere fiecare dintre membrii săi și, bineînțeles, un parteneriat cu perspective extrem de interesante în anii care urmează, evident pe zona de securitate, care este principala preocupare globală, dar și pe zona de schimburi economice. Există un uriaș potențial la care multă lume de aici lucrează pentru a deveni o realitate, deci foarte bucuros să fiu cu dumneavoastră la lansarea acestei expoziții și sper ca cât mai mulți oameni să vadă că încrederea se construiește cărămidă cu cărămidă pentru ca să dea posibilitatea unor lucruri concrete care să aducă și pace și prosperitate pentru oameni.
Vă mulțumim încă o dată, domnule președinte, și sperăm ca înaltul patronaj și, de fapt, suntem siguri că înaltul patronaj și vizita dumneavoastră sunt semne de bun augur și pentru viitorul acestui muzeu, al Muzeului Național de Istoria României. Aș vrea să subliniez deosebita colaborare pe care am avut-o cu Ambasada Statelor Unite, cu domnul ambasador Derel Lirenberg, pe care îl invit să ia cuvântul. Mr. Ambassador, please.
President Don, Minister Demeter, Director Elie, distinguished guests, it is an honor to be with you here tonight, and I thank you all for welcoming us to this very historic place. And Mr. President, it's a true honor to have you with us here for the opening of this exhibit. Thank you also to our Romanian partners who make this exhibit possible. The Ministry of Culture, National Museum of History of Romania, the Diplomatic Archives, as you had mentioned, Mr. President, the Birkenthal National Museum, the Pelish National Museum, and the Daniel Cosmin Obreja Collection. Special thanks to our curators, Dr. Cornel Constantin, Elie, and Dr. Christina Payusha, for bringing this exhibit to life. Now, at the outset, it is a true honor to be standing before you today as President Trump's personal representative to this remarkable country. As ambassador, I get to go to many events. This is one that I have so much been looking forward to, as I mentioned to you previously. So I am going to use ambassadorial privilege, and I'm sorry to say, talk a little bit longer than I usually do. I hope you don't mind. I started college with the intention of studying economics. That was until I got my first semester grade in Econ 101. So I called my father, and I told him how I did, and I asked him what he thought. He said, maybe you should consider another path. Was there a class you really enjoyed? And I said, well, come to think of it, it was my course on 19th century and early 20th century European history. Well, he replied, I think you have your answer. And I became a history major and have loved reading history ever since. Now, at the time I made this decision, it did not seem like a very practical choice. I never imagined that one day I would be here in Romania, in a place where the history I first studied, comes alive. Over the years, I've learned something important, which is one cannot truly understand a country and its people without knowing their history. So before coming here, I did a job reading as much as I could about Romania's past. And I can see how the history of this country helped shape the Romania we know today. For me, this history is also personal. My grandparents left this region and emigrated to the United States over a century ago. I can see how the history of this part of the world influenced them and what they taught us as my brothers and I were growing up. I can see how it formed their values: faith, family, pride in one's heritage, and a strong work ethic. These are the same values rooted in Western civilization that define Romania today. And they are also the values which lie at the heart of this partnership. This partnership between our nations, Mr. President, as you had mentioned, has never been stronger and has never been more important. So I'm excited to be here in this museum, and I'm also honored to be part of opening this exhibit. This year, America marks 250 years since our founding. And as you mentioned, Mr. President, 146th anniversary of our diplomatic relations, evidence of which we'll see in the exhibit. And it's a perfect moment to look back at what binds our nations and our people, and to celebrate those bonds. 250 years ago this month, our Declaration of Independence was signed. It rested on what was then a radical idea: that freedom does not come from kings nor from governments, but rather is endowed on all of us from a higher source. That idea has inspired Americans ever since, and it has inspired peoples around the world. Our founders could have never imagined that their words would shape the destiny of a nation like Romania. Yet they did. That connection is real, and it deserves to be honored, which is what this exhibit does. Romanians, I've come to know personally, understand the value of freedom and the cost of not having it. This history is recent, and as I've learned, it's personal to many people here. Some of the most powerful conversations I've had in my time here have been with people who have shared their recollections of living through communism and the revolution. They share stories of hardship and also of great courage. These words have given me a deeper sense of what freedom really means. The exhibit we are opening today tells our shared story. It traces diplomatic, military, and cultural ties between the United States and Romania. It asks questions and offers insights that may challenge what we think we may know about our common past, like when did the first American merchant ship travel up the Danube to Romania? Which Romanian work of art ended up before federal judges in the United States, and why? I don't know the answer. I'm looking forward to finding out. And who was the first Romanian queen to visit the White House? I think that one, many of us can guess the answer. But regardless, the answers are waiting for you inside. This exhibit is also, though, about people. And let me mention a few. General George Pomuț was born in Transylvania. I heard his story my first week here in Romania. He emigrated to America and stepped forward when our union needed him. He ended up one of the highest-ranking Romanian-born officers in the U.S. military. His courage helped show Americans that our nation is worth fighting for. And he later served as a United States diplomat. Elie Wiesel survived the Holocaust, and he became one of America's strongest moral voices and received the Presidential Medal of Freedom. And of course, there's gymnast Nadia Comăneci. Nadia changed her sport. She set a new standard for what is possible in gymnastics, and she did it at a very young age. She personally helped make gymnastics widely popular around the world, and she's widely seen as one of the greatest female athletes in history. Today, she's a very successful businesswoman and an ambassador for Special Olympics. Now, my wife Lori and I had the honor of meeting Nadia the other day, one of the great privileges of being an ambassador. She spoke with us about what brings an athlete to success. As she talked about hard work, dedication, and resilience, I realized that these are the same qualities that I have seen in so many Romanians. The exhibit we open today is about stories about America and Romania, which we share, stories about people. And that is what history really is. And we're grateful to the curators who've helped bring these stories to life, and to our partners who've made it possible to share these here in Bucharest. But as we honor that history, we should remember there is also a story still being written. It's being written right now by people here in Romania. With our shared values and Romania's incredible potential, I have a feeling that the exhibit that opens up 100 years from now will tell an even greater story, a story of achievement, friendship, and a partnership between our two nations. Thank you very much.